Hello and welcome to Shine Movement Space. This routine moves gently and intentionally. We will open up those spaces that might feel tight and compressed and connect to both our bodies and breath to activate those innermost stability muscles. By focusing on our movement, we will increase our body awareness and strengthen our mind-body relationship. This is a feel-good session, my friends, so let's get moving and shine together. Hello and welcome to Shine Movement Space. Today we're going to get started in a Z position with our legs seated on the mat. If this position is a little uncomfortable on your hips, I want you to try taking a rolled up towel or a pillow, a little bit of a cushion, and putting it underneath the sitting bone of the leg that's in front. So you're just going to take that, put it right underneath that butt bone or sits bone. And that will help to even out your hips and hopefully take away a little bit of that uncomfortable feeling if your hips are a little bit tight this morning. I hope that helps, and let's get started. Okay, friend, we're getting started in that seated position with our legs in a Z formation here with that front shin nice and parallel to the mat. And then I have that cushion underneath my hip for a little bit more comfort today. We're gonna start with our hand directly in line with our shoulder on the diagonal here. And I want you to take a moment and we're gonna sink into that shoulder blade a little bit. And you can see this is crunched a little bit, unsupported here. We're gonna exhale and press the floor away, finding length in the side of our neck here, engaging that armpit as we press the floor away. So inhale, sinking down. Exhale, starting to engage our abdominals, pressing that floor away, engaging those lats and engaging that serratus armpit muscle. So we're inhaling to sink, exhale, press away, find that length, find that stability in that shoulder. Inhale, you can feel it's less stable here. We exhale, press it away, find that strength. Inhale, let it go, and then exhale last time. Press it away. We're gonna hold it here. Remember this feeling, this is your stability right here. We're gonna take that top arm, we're gonna hook our fingertips around our side of our rib cage here. I want you to inhale, feeling that breath draw down and out within your body. And then exhale, let it go. So we're inhaling, we're feeling our ribs expand underneath our fingertips. And exhale, feel them move closer together. Inhale, down and out, expanding into the side of your body. Exhale, last time, inhale, and exhale. Nice, from here, take that arm, reach it towards the ceiling. This time we're gonna take that arm and we're gonna thread it through underneath our body. So we're wrapping our arm through that hole there and then inhaling and opening up towards the ceiling. Nice and flat. So our shoulders move as we rotate down towards the floor and then we open it back upside. So I want you to make sure that your entire torso is moving as you rotate and then open it back up side. So I'm not just moving my arm, my shoulders are coming with me. I'm pressing down through the floor. I'm lifting through my abdominals as I rotate my shoulders, starting to feel a stretch behind my shoulder blades within my torso. I know we take it easy as we're just kind of getting that spine moving here to start. And then open it up side. One more, press into the floor and engage those abdominals as you wrap that arm and then open it up side. Good, from here that arm is gonna stay straight. It's gonna fold forward, reaching now long on the diagonal. And then we're gonna open it up, opening our chest slightly towards the ceiling. We exhale, reach that arm long. My neck is nice and long. My abdominals are wrapping towards my spine. I'm starting to feel some engagement and then opening it up, shining that chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach nice and long. Try not to let that shoulder raise. Let that shoulder stay in the socket and then open it up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding it on the long diagonal. I'm feeling my abdominals support my spine, scooping up, and then opening up towards the ceiling. Let's do one more as we find that stretch behind our shoulder blades, pressing down through the floor, feeling that resistance and length, and then opening up towards the ceiling. Good. Bring your shoulders flat to the side, facing the screen. Let that arm come in line with your ear, and then it's going to circle down forward and open up around. We can start to let our head follow our arms. If I don't get lost in my words here, letting our neck go with it. Now we can let our whole upper body start to move and groove here. Scooping around, exhaling, and inhaling. One more like that as we exhale and inhale. Now we're going to add a hip lift to that. So we're going to press down through our bottom arm, and then we're going to lift our hips as our arm circles behind us on the diagonal. So I'm coming to the front of my legs, lowering my hips as my arm circles in front, lifting my hips as it reaches back. It should feel really nice. If this is not feeling good for you today though, by all means just leave your hips down. That's totally fine. Lifting up, stretching on that diagonal right there. Should feel really nice on your hip flexor in the front and on that quad. Pressing down through that bottom arm. And then coming back side, let's do one more, scooping up and around, stretching, stretching, and lower down. Good. Come on back up to the center, let your shoulders roll down and back. Give your neck a little shake, and then let's swing those legs around. Shake out those legs, and we're going to do the other side. On the other side, I'm going to show it without the cushion so you can see what that looks like. So we're going to swing our legs around, finding that Z position. Our front shin is nice and parallel with the mat. Our arm is in line with that shoulder. We're going to lean over, up and over. So we're trying not to crunch here, but giving it a little bit of space underneath that armpit there. Good. From there, we're going to lean into that shoulder, feel that crunch, feel that compression. Exhale, press it away, find some length in the side of your body and the side of that neck. So inhale, lower, press, exhale, press it away. So that's the support we want to feel throughout all the exercises. But in doing this, we feel what it's like to be unsupported within our shoulder and our neck and our side of our body. So it's kind of good in some ways to feel what we shouldn't be doing or want to try not to do, and then exhale, find that stability. You've got it in you. You just need to activate it, right? So one more time, sinking into that shoulder and then pressing into the floor, engaging your armpit, engaging that side of your body, and stay up in that engaged position here as we bring our hands to our rib cage. Get the hair out of my mouth. Bring your fingertips to your rib cage, and then I want you to inhale low, breathing, expanding your rib cage out. As you imagine your breath going all the way to your pelvic floor, and then exhale. Feel your rib cage move closer together underneath your fingertips as you exhale. Inhale. Rib cage expands. Exhale. Feel movement in the side of your ribs. Inhale. Creating space within your rib cage, your diaphragm, so good for the pelvic floor. Exhale. Really try to feel even the rib cage on the back of your body. Inhale, expand. And then exhale. Let it go. Nice. Find that engagement in case we've lost it just a little bit. We're gonna reach our top arm towards the ceiling here, and we're gonna find that thread of that arm and shoulder and torso underneath. So we press into the floor, our abdominals wrap as we thread our arm underneath. We open our shoulders back up to the side and reach our arm to the ceiling. Exhale, wrapping your spine with your abdominals as you rotate. Finding some rotation through that spine. If this is the morning for you, I know, take it nice and easy. We are just getting moving for the day. If you've been sitting all day, you're doing this in the afternoon or evening, it can still be a little touchy here. So exhale, wrap your spine, press down through that floor. Really feel that resistance within your body, and then opening back up. Shoulders, remember, shoulders move, not just the arms. So we're not just doing this, we're exhaling, pressing down through the floor and opening up to find that rotation. One more time, exhale. Abdominals are engaging, and then we open up to the side. Our arms stay straight now, and we reach forward on the diagonal. Our shoulders are folding forward, and then our shoulders open up, shining our heart towards the ceiling. So exhale, find a length, make sure your neck is nice and long, and then open it back up to the ceiling. Exhale, abdominals engage first as we move our spine. Then we open it back up. Exhale. Engaging neck is nice and long. Shoulder is not reaching forward, but our entire torso is just finding length. And then opening back up. Let's do one more. We can start to move a little bit more now. Reaching, stretching behind your shoulder blades. This is an awesome stretch right there. And then we open it back up. Find yourself facing directly side now with your shoulders. Your arm is straight to the ceiling. Let's reach it in line with our ear now and let it start to swoop around. We let our neck follow our arms so that we're not holding tension in that neck. Reaching around, finding that like circular flowing motion. Circling around. And then we remember we can press into the hands and lift those hips as the arm circles backwards, really stretching on that diagonal. Take your time, lowering your hips as your hand comes forward. Exhaling, press into those hips, lift those abdominals, engage that armpit. Really keeping that stability in the shoulder. I don't want you to lift your hips if your shoulder is not stable. So keep it nice and stable. Lifting those hips and lowering those hips, or we just keep our hips on the floor and finding a stretch in the side of your body, getting your spine moving, saying hello, I need space within my torso, and we're gonna give it to our torso. I don't know what I'm saying, but you got the point. Last one here. Circle that arm down. Come on back up to the center. Give your shoulders a nice roll up and back. Lengthen through your neck. And then we're gonna take our chest, rotate it towards the floor, and find ourselves in an all fours position here. So my knees are under my hips. My hands are underneath my shoulders here. I'm gonna kick that pillow out of the way a little bit here. On that, we're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, I want you to tuck your tailbone under, round your spine, chin to chest, press the floor away. Inhale. Exhale. Tucking that tailbone under, wrapping your spine with your abdominals, really stretching behind those shoulder blades. And then inhale, we're gonna untuck our tailbone, opening back up into kind of a cow position, chest shines forward. Exhale. Fold into your cat position, really engaging those lower abdominals especially. rounding that spine. Exhale, unfold it and extend it into that cow on the inhale. And then exhale, tuck your chin, tailbone under, really feeling a stretch here. And exhale, unfold and extend into your cow. And now we're gonna find a neutral spine here. So we're gonna let our sits bones go from being popped up to really reaching directly towards that wall. So we're not tucked under, we're not extended. Sitting bones are reaching towards that back wall. Abdominals wrap to engage around our spine. Our neck is nice and long. From here, we keep those abdominals wrapping our spine, and then we lift one arm at a time, straight forward. And then we alternate, lifting the other arm, lowering it down. So we want to try to minimize the feeling of a shift within your body. So we're really trying to stay in one place, especially with our bottom half, even with our shoulders and our chest, only moving our arms. Neck is nice and long. We're looking about 1.5 feet in front of our hands. And then feel that engagement. So our abs are engaged without crunching. So our spine is not tucking. We're trying to minimize feeling a shift within our hips. So as my one arm raises, my hips want to shift here, and I'm trying to keep them centered. As if you have a weight drop down directly from your belly button. Few more. And let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Send your hips backwards now. Give your wrists just a little bit of a roll here, or you can tuck your fingertips under and stretch out those wrists. And then meet me back on all fours. Finding your hands underneath your shoulder blades. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Wrap your abdominals around your spine, really just supporting your spine without tucking that pelvis. We're gonna lift one arm at a time towards the side this time. If your wrists are starting to hurt, you can kind of switch to a fist here, keeping that wrist straight. We have just a few here. Notice that maybe your obliques are firing up a little bit more. As your arm goes side, your obliques need to support that nice long lever to the side. Few more. Let's do 1 more each side. Really try not to shift those hips. Pelvis stays still. Good. Walk your hands 1 step in front of you. Take that pressure off your hands. Engage your abdominals and lower your elbows and lift them up. Little elbow dips here for your triceps. Little elbow dips. Neck is staying nice and long. So if you're looking at the screen, take a moment now. Let that neck be in line, your head be in line with your neck. Looking just right in the center, kind of right above your fingertips. If you are not feeling this in your arms, you may have shifted your bum backwards too much. So you want to make sure that your knees are right underneath your hips. Your lower abdominals are engaged so that we're not hurting our lower back and swaying our back. So our abdominals are lifted, we're lowering, dipping our elbows, lifting them up. Few more. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Send your hips backwards. Stretch in a child's pose. You can rock side to side. Do what you need to do for your own body, reaching those fingertips forward. Lower that head onto the mat. Sway your neck side to side. Feeling some activation in kind of that third eye area of your forehead. Good. Come back onto all fours here. Tuck your toes under in the back. Stretch behind those big toes. So kind of wiggle those ankles. Get them moving and then stretch behind those big toes, waking up that fascia underneath. It's like helping to unlock the whole back of your body here. Good. Find an all fours position. Find your neutral. Again, we're inhaling. We're exhaling. We're wrapping our abdominals towards our spine and hovering our knees off the floor and then lowering them back down. Inhale, exhale, engage, and then hover your knees. And then lower them down. Big inhale, exhale, abdominals engage first. That movement lifts your knees off the floor, hovering them, lowering them down. Last one, inhale, exhale, engage your abdominals towards your spine, press down through your armpits, hover your knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down, untuck your toes, scoop your hips around in kind of a half circle, half moon, side to side, really letting them just do whatever feels good right now. Scooping around. And then from there you can cross your feet in the back, kind of shift forward and find yourself laying on your back with your legs bent. So I'm going to roll on down. You can use your arms to help if you need to. And then adjust your pelvis and adjust yourself on the mat. Take a moment. Hands to your pelvis. I want you to feel your knees bent. Make sure your knees are in line with your hips. So we're not out here. We're nice and in line. Our pelvis is nice and neutral. So we're feeling the mat with our tailbone. Start to feel grounded here. Inhaling. Exhale. Engage those abdominals towards your spine. Feel that engagement. Inhale. And exhale. You can feel your abdominals move underneath your fingertips as you engage your abdominals, lifting up through your pelvic floor, thinking kind of lift and engage your entire abdominals, not just your belly button, all the way from your pubic bone all the way up towards your rib cage, flattening it down. And then letting it inhale and expand, exhale, engage. Good, we're gonna hold that engagement and we're going to lift one knee up towards the ceiling. I want you to reach your fingertips behind your thigh here and just bend your knee and then straighten it up towards the ceiling. Bend and flex that foot and then straighten it up. This is getting your hamstring a little bit warmed up here. And then reach it towards the ceiling. Bend it down. Good. Every time you reach it back up, try to start to reach it just a little bit higher. If you are right here doing this, that's totally fine. Do what your hamstring needs today. And then, good. We're gonna bend it now. We're gonna find a 90-degree position. So 90 degrees, knee in line with your hip. We can kind of point our toe or let our foot relax. And then we're gonna reach our leg long and bend it in. Reach it long and bend it in. Now take a moment here and feel that stability on your standing leg, on that leg, that foot that's on the floor still. We don't want that inner thigh to let go. So we wanna keep that nice and in line with our hip. So we're nice and stable here, reaching long, bending it in, reaching it long. Now start to engage your abdominals as your leg reaches away. And then come on in. Kind of hold that engagement, reach. You can let your hands cradle your head and neck here. And then if you want to add a little more activation for abdominals, lift head, neck, and shoulders as the leg reaches long and lower as it comes in. Lift, exhale, scooping up through your abs. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. As you lower, try not to let your elbows flop down through to the side. That's going to open your rib cage. You want to keep your elbows where you can see them in your peripheral vision. Exhale, reach long, scooping those abs. Inhale, lower. We're pressing down through that bottom foot, staying nice and stable through our inner thigh. Few more. If you want to add a little bit more, you can just keep your head, neck, and shoulders hovered as you extend and bend. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Good. Arms can reach forward, chest nice and open, extending and bending. Good. We can keep our hands supporting our neck, whatever we need to do. We can keep lowering and lifting. It's really up to you and your body. Good. Last one. Good. Extend that leg up towards the ceiling. Now take a deep breath in. And exhale out. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna close our rib cage and lower our leg down. On the high diagonal, inhale. Bring it on up. Exhale. Lower it down. Inhale. Bring it on up. Exhale. Lower it down. We can stay right here if we'd like. Inhaling up, exhaling to lower, or we can inhale, folding and reaching on the diagonal, and then lowering down with our head, neck, and shoulders. So we do an oblique curl, reaching on the diagonal, and then lowering down. I accidentally said the breath wrong, so we're gonna exhale and inhale to lower. We're gonna exhale, scooping our abdominals, reaching up and over with our chest, and lower down, and exhale, lower it down, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. You can also extend that top arm, reaching it past your leg if that feels better for you. But I don't want you to start to use your arm to do the exercise. Our abdominals are moving our torso here. And lower. And lift. And lower. Good. One more. Lift. And lower. And then let that leg come towards the ceiling. Then we bend that top knee. Find that ankle resting just outside of that bottom leg, and then you're gonna draw that bottom knee in, stretching those hips, rocking side to side. Your leg or your arms can thread through and support, holding that bottom quad, that thigh, and then rock side to side for me, stretching out that hip. Good. Let's switch sides here. I'm gonna find that opposite foot on the floor. I'm gonna put my hands behind my neck to start. My elbows I can see in my peripheral vision, so my rib cage is nice and closed here. I engage my abdominals. I lift one foot towards the ceiling. I bend it, and then I stretch it. Remember, you can hold your thigh here. Just getting some movement through that hamstring, and stretch it. That thigh that's working can come closer and closer towards your chest as you bend your foot. And then stretch it, good. One more time, bend it and stretch it, good. Bend that top knee, find a 90 degree with your knee and your hip, and then start to stretch that leg on the diagonal and bend it in. Stretching that leg and bend it in. Hands can come behind your head, supporting your neck, and bend it in. Our abdominals wrap our spine as our leg reaches away on the high diagonal and bends in. We reach and bend and reach and bend. We can add head, neck, and shoulder lift, abdominal scoop to lift our chest, and then we lower to bend. Lift and lower. I want you to make sure your neck is not crunching here. We're reaching long, extending our neck long. Hands are supporting, and we bend and flatten our abs as we reach and bend and reach and bend. Good. If you would like, you can keep your head, neck, and shoulders lifted as you bend and stretch your knee. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You can hear the shakes in my voice. Whew. Inhale. Arms can reach forward if we want. Chest is nice and open. Shoulders are drawn down and back. Good. Few more. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Extend your leg towards the ceiling. Now we're going to lower it on the high diagonal and then lift it up to the ceiling. Lowering it down and lifting it towards the ceiling. Lower it down. Good, I need to check my rib cage. I'm going to close my ribs by putting my elbows into my peripheral vision. Lowering my leg, lifting it up. And then we can add that oblique curl when we're ready. So we're gonna inhale as our leg lowers, exhale, reaching it opposite shoulder towards that leg, rotating the spine, our abdominals scooping up as we reach and lower, and reach, and lower, and reach, and lower. We exhale to lift and lower it. Arm can be straight if that feels better for you. But make sure that arm isn't initiating the movement. The movement comes from your abdominals, obliques. A few more. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. We exhale, reach, and lower, and reach, and lower. Good. Bring that foot towards the ceiling, lower that head down, bend that top foot, put that ankle just outside of that knee, stretch that hip there. If it feels good, you can stay here, or you can thread your arm through, lifting that bottom leg, really stretching that hip. Rock your body side to side. Good. Good. From there, put that bottom foot back on the mat. Both feet are flat. From here, we're going to take our heels, scooting them a little bit closer towards our bum. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, our knees are in line with our hips. We're gonna press into our heels, curling our lower abs, tip our pelvis to curl it, tucking it under, peeling our spine off the mat into a bridge position. lifting, pressing down through our heels, lifting up through our bum, and then we lower down one vertebrae at a time from the top of our spine down. Really trying to find space in between the vertebrae, setting our whole spine back onto the mat, setting our pelvis down, feeling our tailbone nice and heavy, releasing our glutes at the bottom. We inhale. We exhale, engage our abdominals, engage your glutes, tip your pelvis under, lifting your spine up one vertebrae at a time, peeling it up to a bridge position, hovering your hips off the mat, and then we lower our spine and back one vertebrae at a time from top to bottom here, setting it back down on the mat. Starting to lose my words, finding that space in between those vertebrae, and then we let go of our glutes at the bottom. Inhale here, last one, we exhale, engage and tip your pelvis forward, press down through your feet, lifting your spine, one vertebrae at a time. We reach and hold at the top, pressing down through the floor, little pulses of your pelvis straight up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The glutes are engaged for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Let your arms come overhead here. Reaching them nice and long. Fingertips reach overhead. We set our spine down one vertebrae at a time, releasing, really stretching through that spine. It should feel pretty darn good. Oh, you should feel like you just grew an inch. Release that tailbone. Let it feel heavy in the mat. Stretch your legs nice and long. Breathing in and exhaling out. Let it all go. Inhale. Close your eyes. Exhale. Let it all go. Few deep breaths here. We inhale. We exhale. Letting all the air out. Inhale. And last time, exhale. Feeling heavy into the mat. Relaxing all your muscles here. You can bring your arms to your stomach or to your sides. You can bend your knees, sway your hips side to side a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, rotate over onto one side, press into your hands, sitting up in the center, crossing the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Roll those shoulders down and back. Exhale. Raise those arms to the side. Bring them down to your heart. Feel your heart beating. Inhaling and exhaling. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you feel nice and loose and activated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support, and I hope you'll join me again.